Good morning. Today I'm doing what I eat in a day. I usually have this on the weekend, not necessarily, but usually. It's already 10 a.m. I've been sleeping super bad for the past 2 weeks. I've been having like nightmares and vivid dreams almost every single night. So I've been sleeping in pretty often, which is not ideal, but I need my sleep. I feel a little awkward because I'm in the kitchen and I don't have a door, so everyone can hear me talk. And it feels weird. Anyways, I would usually do brunch, but my boyfriend already woke up and he had breakfast already, so it doesn't really make sense to just make brunch for me. So maybe I'll show that in another video when I do it. But yeah, yesterday I was actually craving a warm coffee. I usually have a cold brew and I don't have coffee every day, and it's decaf because I don't need the caffeine. But I think I'm gonna do the coffee in the mocha pot today with some toast and some eggs. Okay, I'm watching a video of how to do it perfectly, so let's try. Also, fun fact, I'm allergic to a lot of coffee types for some reason, which is not fun because I actually really like the taste of coffee. So now I have it at a medium to high temperature, and the idea is that I keep it like this until coffee starts to come out, and then I lower it. In the meantime, I'm gonna cut some bread. This is homemade sourdough bread. It's the best bread you can have. So if you don't make your own bread, I highly recommend you start doing that. Always put a bunch of sugar. Pretty good. I didn't burn it. It doesn't taste bitter, so I'm pretty happy. So this is my breakfast. I'm gonna have a toast with butter and the other one with the eggs. Yep, that's it for now. So I'll see you at lunchtime, I guess. So for lunch, I made poke bowl. It's super tasty and so easy to make. You definitely have to make it at home. It's even cheaper than getting it at the stores or restaurants, so definitely do it yourself. And well, for this recipe I used about 300 grams of salmon that I cut into cubes. And then I put it aside to later make the sauce. And these are the condiments you will need. you'll start by adding 5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, or if you have rice vinegar, I use apple cider vinegar. And then I also added some teriyaki. This is to taste, so just add as much as you like. It's also optional, and you could also add lemon or lime if you like, but I prefer it without. And then I mixed everything really well. Then I grabbed a green onion, and you can see this one is freaking huge, so I only used one, and I cut it in pieces and added it to the sauce mix. I also added the salmon and mixed it around so it would all be coated in sauce, and then let it marinate while you make the rice. For the rice, I honestly did not add anything because I usually make enough to like have other meals with it, so only a little bit of salt. But you can also add some tablespoons of vinegar, like rice vinegar or apple cider vinegar if you want. Then for the toppings, I usually use avocado and cucumber. I didn't have cucumber though, so I only used avocado. And then it's time to make the bowl, so I add the rice, then the toppings like the avocado, cucumber if you have. And I always try to make it pretty, but I'm not that great at doing it, so I tried. Then you add the salmon, and I added some sesame seeds because I love seeds, and it was so tasty. You really have to try it. I make it almost every week. And then for dessert, I had a mandarin. So now it's dinner time, and this is sourdough pizza. It is so healthy for you. I definitely recommend you make some sourdough pizza because it is so tasty too, and it's a little bit better than regular pizza. So I start by adding 1 cup of sourdough starter. It can be fresh or straight from the fridge. And make sure you get it all. And then you want to add half a cup of warm water. And I like to mix it at this point because it makes it a little easier later. And then I added 2.5 cups of flour, regular plain white flour. Sometimes I add a little bit of buckwheat flour, but yeah, white flour is fine. And then a teaspoon of salt. And then I mix it. It's usually too hard to mix with the spoon, so I end up switching to like kneading by hand. And it takes a little bit of time, but it's kind of fun and therapeutic, so just do it. Yeah, you basically want to make sure you're mixing all the flour in until you get a dough that's smooth but a little sticky. And then you want to oil a bowl, and this is where you will let the dough rise for about 4 hours. until it has doubled. For me it's usually 4 hours, but it could be less, could be more. Once time is up, I place the dough on a baking tray with a silicone mat, and I just try to flatten the dough. And then I cover it again and let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. So once time is up, I go with a rolling pin and I try to flatten it more to cover the whole tray to make sure it's the biggest pizza I can make. And then I'll cover it for 1 to 2 hours depending on how thick you want your pizza crust to be. And when it has been almost 2 hours of letting the dough rise, you want to start preheating the oven. I put it at 230 degrees Celsius, 210 degrees Celsius with the fan. Once it's preheated, I bake the crust for 4 to 8 minutes. I usually leave it for 8 minutes to make sure my pizza crust is the thickest it can be. And then once time is up, I start making the pizza. So I start by putting some tomato sauce and spreading it all around. Obviously the toppings is up to you and what you like. Just use the ingredients you want. But yeah, I like my side of pizza to be mostly just cheese, so I always add tons of cheese. And then I add more cheese again. And then I put this pizza seasoning. I'll link this seasoning down below. It's one that you can make at home and it is so delicious. It will make your pizza so much better. And then for my boyfriend's side, I added some ham cubes and also some cherry tomatoes and some chorizo. And then once you have put everything you wanted on your pizza, you bake it for about 8 to 10 minutes, and it is so delicious. You have to make this unpokeable. You won't regret it. I also added an egg. I love egg, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you make these recipes because they are so delicious. I usually make the pizza like once a week and the poke bowls twice a month, so once every other week, and I never get tired of these recipes, so definitely try to make them at home. And yeah, if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and like for more. Bye!